Hey Hatchet crew, welcome to your workout of the day. So it's a chilly one out there. I'm dressed for the occasion, but I'll be taking this off in a second once I get going. So we're going to start off today with a two-parter for our warm-up. So the first part here is just to elevate your heart rate, get you sweaty, get you ready, and your blood flowing for what's going to come ahead. So we're going to go into 1 minute straight of continual jumping jacks. So you're going to set a 1 minute clock, and you're just going to continually work for 1 minute, and it's just going to get your heart rate jacked up. It's going to get you warm and ready to go for the next portion of the warm-up. The next portion of the warm-up is going to be 3 sets, 4.5 minutes long, broken up into 30-second blocks. So the first 30-second block is you're going to grab a pair of dumbbells, grab a light pair. If you only have one pair at home and it's on the heavier side, you can just do this with one dumbbell. But we're going to go into 30 seconds of dumbbell strict press. So dumbbells on my shoulders, race through my abs, squeeze my butt, press up overhead until my elbows are locked out, and then bring it back down. I'm going to do 30 seconds of strict pressing. Again, this is a warm-up, so you don't want to turn it into a strength. So if you have to, drop down to a single dumbbell like so. You're then going to go into just 30 seconds of body weight reverse lunges. Take a step back, drop that knee until it touches the ground. Try to avoid leaning forward, so keep your torso upright, drive through that foot, and then switch legs. 30 seconds of reverse lunges. You're then going to go into a 30-second hollow hold. If you struggle with this one, you can do a tuck hold or just do as long as you can. I'm going to get down on the ground. I'm going to lift my head and shoulders off of the ground. My arms are going to extend up above my head. I'm going to lift my legs off the ground, push my stomach or my low back into the floor. So that's really the only part that's touching the ground. That looks like this. Again, if you struggle, you can just tuck up, or you can even bring your hands up like so, or just reduce that time down from 30 seconds. So you have 30 seconds of presses, 30 seconds of reverse lunges, 30-second hollow hold. Repeat that for 3 full rounds. Okay, so the rest of our workout today is going to be split into 2 parts. We have a strength and a Metcon. If you are the lucky few that you have heavier dumbbells, obviously use your heavier dumbbells in the strength and lighter ones in the Metcon. If you don't, just make do. Maybe you can grab something around the house that's heavier and lighter. So our strength here is going to be a 9-minute EMOM, and you're going to have 3 movements. So on minute 1, you're going to perform 5 deadlifts with double dumbbells into 5 reverse lunge on each leg. You're then going to rest the remainder of that minute. On minute 2, we're going to go into 15 bent rows, and then on minute 3, we're going to go into 20 alternating V-ups, and then you're going to repeat that for 3 full rounds, 9 minutes total. So dumbbell deadlift. I'm going to hold my dumbbells in a suitcase position, which just means they're by my side. I'm going to hinge at the hip with a flexion of the knee, but I'm not pushing my knees forward. I'm going to bring my torso down to the ground, so I should feel most of the tension back here. Remember, we're not turning this into a squat by pushing the knees forward. The knees stacked over top of the ankles, and the torso comes forward. I'm going to maintain a flat back. Now, because this isn't a barbell and we're not touching the barbell to the ground, range of motion could be different for everybody. So we want to make sure that we're only going down as far as our range of motion will allow us. I could go lower here, but then I would round my back like so. So I'm going to stop myself there. I'm going to do 5 deadlifts. Then I'm going to go into 5 reverse lunges on my left leg and 5 reverse lunges on my right leg. I'm not going to switch legs until I finish all 5 reps. So reverse lunge, stand up, reverse lunge. Oh, stand up, reverse lunge. 5 reps. Until I get 5 reps, then I'm going to do it on this side. Again, rest the remainder of the minute. I'm then going to go into, on minute 2, 15 bent rows. So basically, I'm going to end up in that deadlift position. So I hinge over, my knees stacked over top of my ankle, my back flat. I'm going to row the dumbbells up to my rib cage and then come back down. I'm going to go into 15 consecutive reps. And then on minute 3, we're going to go into 20 alternating V-ups. You can reduce the number here if 20 is too much for you, but you should be able to do these unbroken. So this stems off of the hollow body position. So just like we did in our warm-up, I'm going to get my feet off of the ground, my head and shoulders off the ground, put my low back on the ground.
like so. I'm then going to alternate legs with the V up, like so. If you struggle with this, you can do a V top, like so. And then if you really, really struggle, you can either reduce the number of repetitions, or we can just end up into a traditional sit-up, and you can even anchor your feet if you need to. So you rotate through that for 9 minutes total. And then we're gonna get into our Metcon here. So our Metcon is gonna be every 2 minutes for 4 sets. So a total of 8 minutes long. We're gonna go into 20 alternating dumbbell snatch. Dumbbell should be what we're gonna call medium weight. And then 20 jumping switch lunge. So this is going to obviously elevate your heart rate up. The objective is to finish this as quickly and as fast as you possibly can. So we only need 1 dumbbell now. I'm going to stem off of the deadlift position. So I hinge at the hip. I have a dumbbell in my hand. We're gonna say only one head of the dumbbell has to touch the ground. I'm gonna use the core to extremity power, meaning I'm using a lot of the energy stored in this area of my body to explode up and drive the bell up overhead. We don't want this to be a slow and controlled movement. It's gotta be an explosive movement. So one head of the bell touching the ground. I drive up, I shrug, I pull, and I punch the bell until my elbow is locked out and it's stacked over top of my joints. Bring it back down. I'm going to alternate hands, like so. If you possess the ability to, you can switch your hands in the air above your head. This is going to require a great deal of coordination, and so if you're not super familiar with this movement, I don't recommend doing it, but that looks like this. It's going to be much faster to cycle your reps, but again, it does have a degree of difficulty and a crap ton of coordination. So once I finish 20 reps there, I'm then going to put that bell down, go into 20 switch lunges. Try to do these unbroken, so push yourself really hard, fight through that lactic acid burn, then you rest the remainder of that 2 minutes, and you do a total of 4 sets there. There's no score for today's workouts, guys, so just maybe put a check mark in the comments. That's your workout for the day, and we'll see you tomorrow.